I think our money is a joke. And if you want me to prove it to you, go get a handful of change and tell me what you can buy with that. You might be able to list off a couple things, but let's be realistic. Most people with a handful of change can't get much. I mean, even homeless people don't even want a handful of change nowadays. But yeah, I just wrote down some ideas in my journal, and I just kind of wanted to go over them in kind of a free-form kind of video. But I want to go back to a time where coins, just coinage in general, can get you something, can allot you something in life. That's like having a fistful of dimes and quarters would like get you something again. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about that that's just like so, like, I don't know if enchanting is the word, but there's something so appealing about having like a fistful of change and knowing that it can get you something, like rather than having to use Apple Pay for everything because you don't have like hundreds of dollars on you for spending stuff throughout the month or throughout the week. Like, I don't know, it would just be nice to be able to go get like a dime soda or like a nickel ice cream or something like that. Like it just seemed like such a simpler time before, when your money was actually worth something. It went somewhere. It can go to, something. But yeah, anyways, I wrote down a couple things here I wanted to go over. Sorry, I'm going over my notes. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I just want to go back to doing like business with cash and with coins, and like I would like to carry around more cash, but then you have a fistful of, or a pocket full of quarters and coins that don't really, go towards anything. It's like once you spend a couple dollars, like you get like a fistful of change back, and then it just kind of goes in a pile. It's just sort of clutter. Like the coinage just becomes clutter when you spend a couple bucks. So it's like less appealing to have it around, because then it's like a chore to take it to a Coinstar or put it in a machine that rolls it into a roll for you, and then you can take it to the bank. Banks don't even like take coins. Some banks, some do, but I think most of them don't now. Where if you take like a bunch of coins, they don't put them in like a coin sifting machine that like separates them out and then puts them into rolls. They used to. I know, I think banks used to do that, where they would like take your coinage, put it in that machine that like kind of tax them all down based on their size and the note worth or denomination, whatever, like how much it was worth, and then they'd put it in a roll, and then you could save that or deposit it. But that's not like common anymore. Now I think banks will do that if you give them a roll that like has a complete roll of one set of coinage in it. But now you just gotta like go to a Coinstar or buy your own coin sifting machine, which is just a big to do. You know what I mean? But let me see. I'm trying to figure out which launching point I want to go into here first. But I guess I'll just start with, I want to do things the old-fashioned way. Like I want simple money, simple taxes, simple banking, simple investment opportunities with, reasonable risk that you can, incur. Yeah, just like cash businesses, or like buying US Treasury bonds. Just something so simple. Like, our money is made so complicated, it's bloated, it's just messy. The way that it's exchanged at the top, like the way that it's taxed. Like, I just want to go back to like, our money needs to be reorganized, restructured. There's no like real investment opportunity in Wall Street. Like, you can gamble on Wall Street, and you can like own shares in a company that you own that is publicly traded on Wall Street, But really, it's just a tool to enrich those who have the capital to just pour into these. Because I mean, they just sort of use it as a tool to enrich themselves. I mean, I know that's like something everyone already knows, but that if you don't know, I mean, you should. But yeah, like Wall Street's just like a scam. Like I want to go back to like smaller banking, like where like a family like owns the bank and isn't like governed by a set of trade laws set by the central banking commission or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I would just like, I would like to be able to take like $100 and really put that to work for me. And I also like want $100 to be like a good amount of money now again. Like $100 now is like what, like barely a week's worth of groceries for 2 people. You know what I mean? I would just like, I just want the value of our dollar to return, the value of our work or our, you know what I mean? Like I keep saying, you know what I mean? That's just filler, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I would like to, if I start a business, I don't want to offer a 401k. I want to offer something like tangible, like some sort of actual investment. Like I want to offer, I don't know if pension is the right option, but like just something with value, with worth, that is like set, something that's set. Because a 401k just kind of ebbs and flows and sways with the market. Like, you know, your money isn't safe in a 401k. Granted, I'm not giving financial advice, but realistically, you're at the whim of whatever they decide to do with the market. And you know, you can try to play ball, but these guys don't play fair. But yeah, you know what? I wrote this down, just kind of a little side note. I want to go back to using like money orders and like just doing things the old fashioned way. Like, you know, paying people like weekly if I run a business, like giving out like a check or cash or something that I sign. Like I want to have like a direct relationship with the people that I'm working with, or my clients or my customer, you know what I mean? Like I want to I just want not necessarily to be old fashioned in every way, but I want to go back to the old ways before I was born, or before I was, you know, this age where we're in this like system now. I would like to go back to a time where banking was simple. The you know, mailing something was, you know, everything was just so simple. Maybe not like that simple, but it was just a simpler time where, and maybe it wasn't even that simple, but I yearn for a time where there's real opportunity. Just not just for me as a young man, as a millennial, as a Gen Z, but real opportunity. Like that's not like hindered or under the influence of like mega corporations or billionaires. Like I just want to go back to a simpler time. Well, I can't go back. I don't mean like I want to go back to a simpler time. I mean, I want, you know, simple times to those old ways that were so established, like buying treasury bonds and supporting your post office, and you know what I mean? Like buying money orders and your dollar being worth something, $100, a dollar. I mean, a dollar was worth a lot of money. Like to imagine, like my dad used to always tell me when he was like a kid, like if you had like $1.25, like you and all your friends could go to the movie theaters, and you could go to the swimming pool, and you can get a candy bar like for each of your friends. Like all your friends can go see a movie, get some popcorn, go to the rec center and go swim, and like get a soda or whatever. Like it just, your dollar went further. Now granted, it was also harder to make $1.25. You know, minimum wage back then was probably like $1.25. But I just wish our banking policy and our or opportunity were just more straightforward. I would like banks to be a communal effort. I would like them to be not beholden to these convoluted, messy systems that are made that way intentionally to hide a lot of things and to make things difficult and to just move the goalposts. Like, they always move the goalposts with these financial barriers, you know, whether they want to lock you into like this mortgage or this investment, or there's always like, they want to put up a little hurdle for you because they want to squeeze every little bit they can out of you. They want to just own it. They want to influence the market. And when I say they, I just mean these like big institutions or people involved in government on that level who just don't have the people's best interest in mind. But let me see if I went over all my little notes here. Sorry. Let me see. I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty much all the things I want to talk about. Just like Coinage and how I yearn for a time where we could just have some change and that could like go somewhere. That means something. Like, we can go see a matinee. Like, how fun would that be to like be like, oh, how much you got? Oh, I got like 35 cents. Okay, I've got like 50 cents. Let's go see a matinee and just go watch like an old movie. Wouldn't that be nice? Like, with you and a friend, if you just have some downtime and you just want to go see a matinee movie on the middle of the day for a quarter and then spend, you know, a nickel on a soda each. Like, there's just something so like, I guess I might be romanticizing the past, you know, but I just want something simple, like just simple life. I yearn for something simple, because as it stands, everything's too complicated. It's too complicated. We need a more straightforward system. And I yearn for a day when coinage is king. Well, Jesus is king, but my king is Jesus. But I mean, I'm just saying, I want our coins to not be a joke, because that's not worth anything. It's clutter. Like, people don't even want like a couple pennies back when they get like, I'm guilty of it too. You know, I'll hand, you know, $1 or $5 or whatever, I'll get back 17 cents. It's like, look, I got this big fist full of change right here in my car. You know, sometimes if there's a vending machine, I'll go pull out $1.25 to get some crackers or something, because that's how much crackers cost. I don't know if you knew this, but vending machine crackers cost like $1.25, $1.50 now for crackers and peanut butter, processed peanut butter. You know what I mean? It's yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there. So I just hope I don't know. Hopefully this video speaks for itself and I don't have to boil it all down to a concentrated thing for you. But I think you get the point. Anyways, thanks for watching. Take care.